Hey everybody, thanks for coming back to the channel today while we have a discussion on something that I think is very important. So lately, Arcade1Up has announced that they're going to come out with some legacy cabinets. These legacy cabinets are really cool. One of the things a lot of fans of Arcade1Up has asked for lately is give us a cabinet with more games. But then at the same time, I'm thinking if they focus on coming out with these evergreen legacy cabinets, is that going to stop their progress from being able to come out with other cabinets with maybe different technology so we can get some more modern arcades? So on today's channel, that's what we'll be discussing. The good and the bad around focusing on giving us more quantity versus thinking of the future and what is the one that we really want. So thanks for checking out the channel, and let's go. Alright everybody, so let's just get down and dirty with what we're discussing today. And please, after you watch the video, the idea of this discussion is, put your comments down at the bottom and let's have a chat. Let's find out, what you like. But let's get down to some of my initial thoughts on this question, right? Would I prefer Arcade1Up, even, the other pinball and arcade machines out there that are coming out for our home arcades, would I prefer more quantity over more thinking of, okay, future, right? So let's discuss what quantity does for us right now. So a lot of the YouTube videos out there, a lot of YouTubers are saying, hey, now since we've been collecting these for 2+ years, some even longer that have been trying to get into the home arcade space with maybe some, true to life size arcades, is we're running out of room. So I think there are some definite benefits to being able to come out with a cabinet that replaces 2 to 3 of your cabinets now. That way you're able to say, hey, instead of getting a Mortal Kombat cabinet and a Rampage cabinet, I can get the Midway Legacy, which comes with both of those games, and then maybe I'm able to sell off the 2 cabinets that I have and replace it with 1 cabinet. And I think that's something that we all struggle with, as my arcade collection gets bigger. I struggle with, okay, not just right now, next week I'm getting my Marvel Pinball. Hopefully, where am I going to put that? I have a space put out in the house right now. I know exactly where I'm putting that in my game room. But then I'm looking at the Legends Ultimate arcade or the potential of an announcement for a Simpsons arcade. And I'm thinking, okay, not just now, but where am I putting that arcade from, 3 months, 6 months from now? And I'm constantly trying to evolve in my game room of where I can fit these massive arcades, and also having to look at some of the other things that I have. Like in my arcade, I have a lot of statues. Well, for me to put another 2 to 3 cabinets in my arcade room, I'm going to have to get rid of those statues, either box them up, put them in the garage, or, sell some. And I have attachments to these statues as well because I really like all things, geek per se. I like all that stuff in my arcade and / game room. So I think that's something that's viable is, hey, let's get some more arcades where we can get more. I'm currently looking at the Legends Ultimate Arcade because not only does it give you over 300 games, and I realized after watching some reviews, some of those games, well, a lot of those games are, lesser known games, truly, old games, but at the same time, it lets you, stream like Steam. You can stream your Steam games through it, and it lets you put games on a USB and bring it to it. So that really is a multi-cade, right? It's going to let you do numerous things. So I honestly think that I'm going to make that my next arcade after my Marvel Pinball, because I do need one thing that I can continue to build on so I can be more selective. And I think that's what it really goes off of, right? Is being selective on which cabinets you do bring in. Because look, we can sell our old cabinets, but even if I was able to get Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles onto a different cabinet, is that going to make me want to sell my gorgeous Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cabinet that I have right now? I don't think so. I love the way it looks. I love having it in my room. One thing that I think we can all agree on from the multi-cades versus a true-to-life Arcade1Up cabinet of like Ninja Turtles, NBA Jam, Marvel Superheroes, those are the 3 that I own, is those cabinets have a lot more detail and look more aesthetically pleasing in your game room versus the multicade, which it has some stuff on the side of some of the games it has on there, but other than that, it's not the most detailed cabinet. And I know that there are ways to upgrade it and customize it, but at the same time, somebody that's not truly an expert on modding finds it a little intimidating. I like getting something like my Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cabinet, which is already wonderful, looks great. Why would I change it? Other than maybe adding the light up marquee to it. So basically, that's what I think are the arguments as to why we would want somebody like Arcade1Up to focus on quantity, right? Quantity is very important because it's helping us add more to our game room without adding more to our game room, if that makes any sense. But the second thought process of that is if they spend so much time putting towards quantity, are we now pushing back and delaying getting newer titles or newer technology? Not so much them putting out a newer title from maybe the 80s and a new cabinet there, but I'm thinking of where they're going to need new technologies, right? To put out games like Tekken, to put out games like Gauntlet, Dark Legacy. Those newer games that use polygons, it's not just 8-bit, 16-bit. So, would we prefer that they focus more on that, right? Because let's be honest, especially through the pandemic that we're in, they can only put so much time and effort into one thing. So this year, I think they were very smart by going off of quantity. It's a good price point, but at the same time, for people that have already gotten some collection going, we might be satisfied with what we have and might not see the benefit of buying the evergreen legacy editions. So maybe we're focused more on, hey, can you announce The Simpsons? Let's get it out. Let's get the big, secret of The Simpsons out, make it official, get a release date on there. Because even now, if I go to Arcade1Up's website for the X-Men cabinet, which I'm really excited about, I can't pre-order it. I can just put down as to be an email notification of, hey, we'll let you know when this becomes available to pre-order if there's more information. So I think because there's a delay in shipping, because there's a delay due to the pandemic, every time we wait a little bit more on this quantity, it's pushing off, into 2022, 2023, where we might see some of this newer technology come into play, so we're able to play newer games. Right, and I think there's a little bit. So right now, I'm really happy that 2021 is going to be able to put out some legacy cabinets because I was never able to get that Rampage cabinet. And comparing the way it looks now, if I get the upgraded version with the light up marquee versus when Rampage first came out, a lot of the feedback from the first wave of cabinets was the build quality wasn't as good, and Arcade1Up's done an excellent job listening to consumer feedback. So I think the cabinet you get now, not only quantity, but quality comes into play. It's a better cabinet along with more games. So I think there's some viability there, but at the same time, the gamer in me, the guy that wants to build the arcade, I love to be able to play a Gauntlet game with my kids. I'd love to be able to play a Tekken game, a more modern, style fighting game, and one that I really liked, right? Tekken was one of the first fighting games I really got into on the PlayStation. So being able to play that in an arcade would be amazing. And, I really think that, that's really the argument right now. Because I think it is one of those, give a little here, take a little from there. So that's my discussion today, guys. I'd love to hear from you at the bottom of the page. So please, if you haven't already, like this video, subscribe to the channel for more content and discussions. And then by all means, leave a comment down below on what you think. Are you excited about the fact that they're focusing on quantity? Because that's something that has really been an argument from the beginning, right? Is it worth paying $400 to $500 for 3 games? My Ninja Turtles has 2 games on it. I really enjoy it, but I can see others saying that it's not worth the amount of money that you pay for it. So are you excited about the quantity, or would you prefer to think and look towards the future? So leave your comments below. Let's have a great discussion. Thanks for checking out the channel today, and until next time, game on, everybody.